Welcome to the Know Before You Go Travel Show, where we share all the latest travel tips, tricks, and insights to make your next vacation the best one yet. So sit back, relax, grab a cocktail, and enjoy the show with Penyak Travel's George Penyak and our senior travel consultant, Janet Penyak.
What is up, everybody?
Hey, everyone.
We are back for another edition of the Know Before You Go Travel Show, and we've got another show for you today.
You didn't say epic.
Epic, awesome, incredible show for you today.
Yes, we do.
But I hope you guys are all safe and well during the coronavirus outbreak. We're all stay at home. We cannot wait to go sit at a restaurant.
Yeah, is anyone else going stir crazy? Because I am slowly getting there.
Oh, I'm there. I'm past it. I'm in a bad place.
Yeah, it's just
this is dark.
This sucks, and we kid you not. Because we're travelers. We love to travel. We just are usually always on the go. And next weekend is George's birthday.
Womp,
and
womp.
We literally all morning we're spending time Googling to see if we could find anywhere that had like hotels and restaurants open in the U.S. that we could just hop on a flight and go there next weekend just to hang out.
And we're not going to spread anything. I know there's a lot.
We have been quarantined for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, we've been quarantined. We don't have a thing.
We haven't left. Yeah,
and we have masks. We have the whole nine. But yeah, we're not. If we were feeling ill, we would never do that. But
right.
But yeah, just trying to find some sort of escapism throughout all this.
And there's
really
nothing,
hard.
so we're not going anywhere.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere. We're going to sit on our screen porch and probably have dinner or something. But hey, you know, find things to do at home. And if you're still tuning into the podcast, thank you so much, by the way. We know your life's been disrupted as everyone's world has been flipped upside down. I think we're all ready for this to be over. And, you know, when you think about it, though, I appreciate whoever's tuning in that's still tuning in, because obviously no one's going to the gym like they used to. No one's commuting to work really like they used to. And that's why I think a lot of people consume us. I mean, our numbers are still off the charts, so we appreciate all the love. And so, yeah, well, we hope you're all well and safe during this COVID outbreak here. And I was going to look and give some shout-outs. I think we had another positive review. Got to give shout-outs. Got to give shout-outs to our fam here.
Well, let's not.
I'll do it on the back
I was
end.
going to say, yeah, let's not leave a dead space here.
Yeah, some reason. Oh, the video I edited. We just released the video, too. Check out our Facebook, YouTube page, and Instagram page, Instagram TV. We just released our Secrets.
Playa Mujeres, which we just did a podcast on last week.
We just released the video.
Yep.
So we got about a 7 to 10 minute long video out there. It's really cool. It kind of goes into the resort, the room, the food, everything we did. Kind of follows our journey. And it's really cool. But what are we talking about today?
So when we were in Mexico, in Cancun, we did a split stay, and we spent time at that Secrets, Playa Mujeres, and then we went to the Ritz Carlton Cancun, which is right in the hotel zone. And so we're just going to talk a little bit about our stay there at the Ritz Carlton.
Yeah, and we enjoyed the Ritz Carlton too. And this was the one where we'd been talking about this for a couple podcasts, where we're going to go to a really nice all-inclusive and then literally leave one day and then go right to a non-all-inclusive property that's also really nice. And I don't think it gets much nicer than the Ritz-Carlton.
Right.
So it's a very interesting comparison. I don't know how much we're going to debate it today. We might save the whole debate for an episode and really just focus on this side of Cancun and then also this resort as well.
Yeah.
But to sum it up for everybody, so this resort, everything's got an ocean view.
Yeah, all of the rooms have an ocean view.
We're talking 9 restaurants, a couple different lounges, 2 big pools, about 1,200 feet of white sand ocean front. It is a public beach, and there's a lot of stuff to do there. But it really is, the location is what I love most about this property. It is in a great location for things to do off property. What are your high-level thoughts before we get into the granular details?
Yeah, no, I loved it. I think it was a beautiful resort. The service was outstanding. I mean, when we would go out to hang out at either the pool or the beach, someone would be there and they'd be like, no, let me fix your towels. And they would fix our towels on our chairs and, you know, walk by every so often, checking on us to see if we needed anything. So, yeah, the service was outstanding. And, yeah, great location. If you want to be in the heart of the action of Cancun, then it's definitely a great spot.
Yeah, really great spot for the action. And the Ritz Carlton, although this is Ritz Carlton Cancun, it was still your very traditional vibes from a Ritz Carlton. We're talking crystal chandeliers, marble floors, you know, very elegant traditional feel.
Yes.
Right when you walk in.
Very fancy.
Very fancy, very grand.
Well, see, I didn't think it was grand.
Well, it's not like high ceilings grand, but I guess when you have marble floors everywhere and in crystal chandeliers, I mean, that's kind of grand. But no, it was the service too. I agree with you. The service was spot on. We never had bad service. Never had to wait on anything. And we did eat at almost all of the restaurants. We tried
the food
them all.
was great.
And we did hang out. We actually stayed up late one night and hung out at the lounge.
Yes.
Which wasn't bad. But I was there for a work event, so Janet tags along, and we kind of really kind of tested all the angles of this resort, but also that area of Cancun, too, because we walked up and down the beach.
Yes.
And we kind of took a peek at all these different resorts that you usually book.
Right.
That are right there in that area, because it's a very hot spot in Cancun,
yeah,
right?
It's the hotel zone.
Yeah, hotel zone. So I'll say this, a couple, like, to high level, some of the small details that I really liked was, I guess that makes sense, high level, small details. Anyways, little things like this that that you don't see at normal resorts was, you walk out to the pool, they had a little hand sanitizer station, but also sunscreen lotion station.
Yeah,
so
that was very nice.
If you forgot your sunscreen, they literally had, like, huge bottles of it where you can just pump some in your hand, and it had SPF 40, 30,
I was going to say
10.
they had a wide range of it. So
yeah,
that was
all the
neat.
way up to SPF 50, which is what I like.
Yeah.
Because I burn to a crisp.
Yes.
So that's one small detail I thought was really nice, and sometimes it's those little touches that make a bigger difference in your stay. And then also the time of year we were there, we talked about it on our last podcast. The weather was beautiful, but it wasn't like super hot.
Right.
It was warm with almost a cool breeze, and it was kind of cooler in the evenings.
Yes.
And that makes pool water very, very, very cold. So one big difference in secrets that we had at the Ritz Carlton,
they had a heated pool.
Oh my gosh! And that heated pool
was really nice,
unbelievable. One day it was almost a little too hot because we did actually have one of the days we were there, it was a little warm. We stayed for 3 nights.
Yeah.
But no, normally it was just perfect.
Now, one thing though is it does not have a swim up pool bar.
Yeah.
And if you have been a long time listener of ours, then you know how much we like swim up bars. So that was just one drawback. But yeah, the pool was heated, which I absolutely loved. And they had people walking around constantly, waiting on you and taking orders. What would you say you would prefer? A swim up pool bar that is not heated during that time of year, or the heated pool with the servers constantly going around?
So I'm a pansy. So I'm gonna go with the heated pool.
I was going to say, I think, yeah.
With the server coming around. If you don't have the server coming around, then I think I'll just man up and just,
right.
get in the water waist deep, and just freeze, be numb.
Yeah.
Because some days it was that cold.
It was, yeah.
And we experienced this in the grill, where if you go in the off season.
No, that's not off season. That's high season.
Oh, okay, high season. You have to be prepared because that water can be extremely cold, especially it's like after it rains. Like if you show up and say it's been raining for 2 days straight there, which it can in these, tropical environments, that pool water is going to be cold.
Yes.
If the sun hasn't been out heating it up, it's going to be cold. But that was a very nice surprise. I remember I walked by it and I kind of dipped my toe and I was
and you're like, oh, it's heated.
I was like, oh my God, it's heated. It felt so good. So those small details, really changed the overall experience for us because I probably wouldn't have even gotten in the pool at all if it wasn't heated.
Yeah.
Instead, we spent a lot of time in the pool.
We did, yeah. And, there is a beautiful beach all along the hotel zone. All the resorts sit on a very wide stretch of sand. So the beach is beautiful, but, yeah, we are just more pool people. And so that was really nice.
Yeah, and this resort was your traditional, tall building, a lot of floors, your pool's down at the bottom. Almost everyone can see the pool from their room.
Yeah.
Because the pool's right behind the ocean. Kind of a traditional build to it. And one thing I thought about, and maybe I need to look into it a little bit more, maybe you could speak to it, is I don't know if it's a great spot for families. I think it's an okay spot for families. It says here that they do have kids camp. Mm-hmm. I didn't see many kids there. I mean, there were a few. I didn't see many. I don't know if you have like a family of 4 or 5, if this is the most ideal spot. Like, I don't think the kids are going to have the best time here.
No, on last year we did an episode on the Grand Fiesta Americana Coral Beach, Cancun, and they have that and then they have the U part of that, which is the all-inclusive section. But they had an amazing kids camp. So I would say, and I really think the facilities and the service and everything is the same as the Ritz Carlton. So yeah, if you have a family with small children, I think the kids camp, again, we didn't see it at the Ritz Carlton, but just knowing what I do know, that seems to be more geared more towards, a little bit older people or adults.
Yeah.
And then, I think that the Grand Fiesta Americana Coral Beach had an amazing kids camp.
Yeah, and like I said, we probably should have checked it out. That's probably a miss on our part, but kind of the fact that we really didn't, we kind of explored everything.
I was going to say, we walked around the whole entire resort, went to the gym and everything, and we never saw the kids camp, so I'm not really sure where it was.
Yeah, I'm not sure, and I didn't see many kids there regardless, or families. It was mostly couples or groups of adults. And what was really good, though, on the positive side is that the food quality was extremely high, and that's to be expected.
Oh, yeah.
The food everywhere was just great. The service was great. This was your traditional Ritz-Carlton property that's going to deliver high-quality food and high-quality service. And if, drinks were not cheap. We did have a few drinks, and these types of properties, especially Ritz-Carlton, your drinks, there's going to be a high markup on it. And that's to be expected also.
Yeah, I think most of the margaritas were like $20 a piece. And
yeah. Now, they did give you the big ones, though. Like, I would get the vodka soda, and the vodka soda was always tall. They gave you a big one right off the rip. So it's not one of the small drinks. It was actually probably a double, I guess. I probably should have clarified that. But at least it seemed like a double.
Yeah, I don't know. But, even at the lunch, when we would go to lunch, and I know we ordered chips and salsa and guacamole, and it was like $16 or something. I about fell over because I just thought that was crazy.
Yeah, just for the chips and salsa. Yeah. It was a little high, but again,
you're at the Ritz-Carlton, and I do think a lot of it is in the name.
Yeah, and it was very good.
It was great.
It was great.
We're not knocking it at all.
Yeah, it was a phenomenal chips and salsa and guacamole, but it was $16. I was like, oh, okay, come on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we've been around, we've traveled a lot. Just hard to say here. Now, of the restaurants, though, let me talk about, speaking of the food in the restaurants, I want to talk about the difference in the restaurants that they had. So they have this place called the Club Grill, and that was probably our favorite restaurant on site.
Yeah, I think that's where we ate the last night.
Steakhouse.
Yes.
Awesome, phenomenal. They had a live piano player.
The service was amazing.
Yeah, they had a live piano player there. Service was phenomenal. Very good wine selection. Know before you go travel show, or know before you go travel tip. The coffee's kicking in. I'm getting like a little jittery. Mexican wine.
Yeah.
We actually had a bottle of Mexican wine. And it was great.
Yes.
It was great. Very smoky.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was a red wine. It was a dry red. And naturally, I always thought, well, Mexico's such a warmer climate.
And it's known for tequila, so you're like, well, there's not going to be good wine. But actually, they have great wine. I was surprised when I went last year. Yeah.
Sneaky good wine.
Yes.
So for all you wine drinkers out there, you go to Mexico. If you're staying at a property that might not have Mexican wine, try to find something that has some Mexican wine. It was actually pretty good. It was pretty good. I mean, it's not a Bordeaux. It's not going to blow you away, but it was pretty good. It's not a Napa Cab, but it was good.
It was good.
It was good.
Yeah.
So we did that. A couple of the restaurants here that we ate at. So they have a sushi bar there that looked really good. I didn't try anything from it, and I know you didn't eat any sushi, obviously.
Yeah.
They had a Mexican restaurant, El Cafe Mexicano. That's where we had the $16 chips and guac. Very good, too, though. That was really good. We also had we ate food there. You had the fajitas, right?
Yes, I had the fajitas there, and that was very good. And then at the Caribe Bar and Grill, which I loved that restaurant because you could look out over the ocean. It was outside.
It's like the pool bar. That was like the pool area restaurant and bar. You could go sit there in a bathing suit as long as you have a T-shirt on. Yeah,
but they had everything from tacos to burgers to pizza, and that was very good too.
Absolutely, yeah. And that was probably the best priced food there. Was obviously there. It was like kind of your sandwiches, quesadillas, things like that. Stuff they can make right there on the beach.
Yes.
And then too, if you want to eat, your server can bring it to you wherever you're at.
Yeah.
They had a lot of attendants walking around, which was really cool.
And another thing I want to say, are you done talking about the food?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
By all means.
No, I was just going to
You're
say
the expert. I'm just
that George was there attending a conference, and so they do have a lot of convention conference space available. So, if you are, if you have a company that likes to do conventions or conferences in other destinations, they do have some great spaces for that there.
I think it's a great spot for conferences and
and they set up several events and did different events on the beach, and they were all great. Yeah,
they were all top notch, and that's one thing I want to give a huge plus to this property is the events were great. It was well managed, well put together. Service at the events, entertainment, phenomenal.
Yes.
And then they had enough locations on the property, like side beaches, that were private enough that you could pull it off.
Right.
And it just felt really cool. And it kind of goes back to you really feel the quality of the food and beverage when you're going to an event like that, and they can pull it off in a big group. It's easy to do it. It's easy to do it
because there was about 100 people.
Exactly, yeah, and it's easy to do it at a sit-down restaurant where the kitchen's right there and everything. But when you can transition that quality to like outside on the beach, and you have to set it up and make it beautiful and still make the food great, it was really, really well done.
Yes, I agree.
A couple other restaurants here. Fantino, that is a Mediterranean restaurant. We did not eat at that. That's another one of like the lunch and dinner high-end places. Club Grill's a steakhouse, live jazz every night. That was phenomenal. Went through a couple of the other, less expensive restaurants. And the El Cafe Mexicano has a breakfast buffet that was really good.
Yes, they do.
If you don't want to do the breakfast there is a coffee shop that was good. Had some epic cold brew coffee, smoothies.
And that was in the D Lounge.
It was in the D Lounge, yep. But it was good. And I think for the size of the property, it had plenty of selection of dining options.
Oh, I was actually surprised. Because the size of it, and then with how many restaurants they had, I thought it was great. So
now talk about the room quality. What did you think of the room compared to? Let's compare the room alone to what we had at Secrets.
Yep.
Because we had a standard ocean view. They're all suites, I guess. It was like a mini suite ocean view.
Yes.
Similar to what we had at Secrets. What did you think about?
Oh, I thought the
Ritz?
room. I thought the room was great. Very spacious. I mean, I would say size-wise, it was just like what we had at Secrets. So you walk in, bathrooms right there on your left, had double vanity, separate shower and tub, and then the room itself was very spacious, had a little seating area and a table and chairs and the bed, and then you have the balcony overlooking the ocean and the pool, so it was really nice.
Yeah, I think the difference for me is I liked the view we had. We were much closer to big water view at the Ritz Carlton than we were at Secrets. Secrets was a little more modern, which was more my thing. Like I enjoyed how modern Secrets was, and Secrets had a much bigger tub. It was a little more of a romantic, intimate feel.
Right.
Whereas Ritz Carlton, I almost knew what I was getting because I've been to a couple of them. And it's like, okay, this is the Ritz playbook, marble, everything in the bathrooms.
Yes, very fancy.
Very fancy, very comfortable bed. We slept like babies there. I mean,
I think the bed was way more comfortable at the Ritz Carlton than it was at the Secrets.
Absolutely, yeah. I slept so good. Service was great. Everyone said hello. Everyone said good morning, good night. Every time you pass somebody in the hallway, even housekeepers would do that. And when you see the housekeeping staff do that small, I don't know what it is. I mean, those little things make a difference.
Oh, absolutely. And I don't think we mentioned it, but this resort's about 15, 20 minutes from the airport, so it's not a far ride at all. Not a far ride,
that's correct. And it's in all the action. Now, let's talk about the beach a little bit and the difference in this beach and then what we had at
this beach is far more busy because you're in the hotel zone at Cancun. So there's a lot more action. There's a lot of hotels and resorts, just one after the other right there. Even if you go on the street, then you can walk around and there's restaurants and shops and bars. So it's a very neat place.
Yeah, and outside of the resort, you have all the restaurants and bars and all the neat stuff going on. There's also activities to do.
Yes.
So I think we saw a lot of your traditional beach activities where people were parasailing and people were like dangerously way up there.
Oh, yeah.
And that's just my opinion. I mean, I'm sure it's safe, but I'm looking at these people. They're like a speck in the sky. I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah, but like jet skiing, parasailing, all that you could do right there.
My anxiety levels go up when I see people parasailing at that height.
Yeah, I have no desire to parasail.
I've just seen too many internet videos where like the cord snaps and all these awful things happen. I'm like, I'm always like a risk reward where what's the reward of doing this and what's the downside? Like, even though like it's worst case scenario, what could happen? What could happen?
I mean, I'm not a good flyer anymore, so I can't even imagine getting up in a parasail.
We switched. I'm a good flyer now.
Yeah.
I used to be the not good flyer, and you were the good flyer.
I know. I don't, like, if there is the slightest bit of turbulence, I just think that we're going down, and I absolutely hate it.
It's funny. Yeah, I that used to be me. Like, my palms, remember, you used to laugh at me because we'd be taking off. And I'd hold your hand and my palms would be sweaty.
Yeah.
And you're like,
no,
why?
Now that's me. I am absolutely terrified during takeoff and during landing. I really am.
Yeah, we're. Well, you better solve for that.
I know.
You better find a solution.
I just, I deal with it now, but whatever.
Yeah. I think, obviously, I'm numb to it. I fly so freaking much. But I used to be like that. I used to just not really. I think the more you learn about planes in general, the lot safer I feel. Like, they really are. They're like, it is. I don't want to call it dummy proof, but all the fail safes that are built into these planes these days are incredible. Like to the point of, I feel like almost like to crash. I mean, it has to be like 10 straight things go wrong. Like, it's such an anomaly.
Yeah.
And you think about how many flights take off nowadays. And
are you going to put this in the title? Talk about why planes crash.
No, I watched too much of that show, Air Disasters. But, but you learn a lot on shows like that.
Right.
So,
let's go back to the Ritz Carlton. So to give you an idea on pricing, I did pull some pricing just for October of this year. And so for 4 nights, I just did it kind of over a weekend, including taxes for 2 adults. It was roughly $335 per night.
Okay.
And that is not, again, that's not all inclusive, so it does not include any meals or drinks or anything like that.
And then also there's the addition of, like, I remember it's like $20 a day for valet parking. There's some other smaller things in there that'll.
Well, I wouldn't rent a car in Cancun.
Oh, that's a good point. A lot of people don't have that. Good point.
Yeah, you don't need that. And then if it's 2 adults, 2 kids, then it was $355 per night. Now, one thing I want to point out is, because I talked about how I do like the Grand Fiesta Americana Coral Beach, and that's a great resort. And right now, for those same dates, and it's not all inclusive. I priced it just on the non all inclusive side, $250 per night. So
that's an apples to apples comparison. So they're both non all inclusive rates.
Yes.
Ritz Carlton does not offer the all inclusive rate. This property does. This other property does, but you're pricing the non-all-inclusive rate.
Yes, but that right now, because obviously everyone's trying to get people enticed to book something because of what's going on, they're offering that rate, and you get free dinner every night. So that's pretty good.
By the way, I'm telling you, right now, we're hearing more and more positive news come out about this. Like I feel like we're seeing a turning of the corner.
Yes.
Where we're getting close to the, not end of this thing, but at least seeing some normalcy. These travel rates are still stupid low.
Yeah, they're so good.
And there's no risk. If you know you're going to travel in the next 12 months, if you know you're taking one vacation in the next 12 months, I would book now, because there's no risk. All these cancellation policies, everything that's put in place right now.
Everything's so relaxed right now. Yeah, there's very, very little risk to you, as long as you would be okay with, well, if I can't go then because of this, but I'm okay with going at a later date, then yeah, do it.
Yeah, rates will not get lower. It's just
right.
Like I don't see how rates can get any lower than what they are today.
Now, one other thing I want to talk about or another resort. So, George was there. We were there attending a conference, and several of the conference attendees, they stayed at the JW Marriott, which is only just a few hotels down from the Ritz Carlton. And Ritz Carlton, that brand, is a part of Marriott, just so you know. It's just like their top tier. And then the JW Marriott, very, very nice. And everyone that we spoke to that had stayed at both said that they actually preferred the JW Marriott because the rooms were more spacious.
It's very interesting, too, and I think the JW Marriott, too.
And I would say both of them are considered 5-star resorts.
I would, too. We didn't go inside the JW, but I've been in enough of them to know that you're going to get a comparable quality at probably, I'm curious, did you already give the prices on that?
No, I was going to say, and so for 2 adults, $210 per night, including taxes, for the same dates, compared to the Ritz Carlton, which was $335 per night. And then with 2 kids, it goes up to $220 per night. And when I say 2 kids, I'm saying 2 kids, 8 and 10 is what I just priced. And then that's $220 per night at the JW Marriott, including taxes. And then at the Ritz Carlton, it's $355 per night. And so,
wow.
Again, I'm not knocking the Ritz Carlton at all. I thought it was a great resort. I really enjoyed it and I liked it. But I do think that a lot of what you're paying for is the name.
Yeah, and I think
to me, I don't know.
For me, I don't need marble floors and chandeliers.
But I think you're going to get that. It's going to be just as nice.
That's the thing. So. And you and I aren't very traditionalists. Like, we like things a little more modern. I can do without.
And I like a good value.
I like good value, too. Like, we appreciate value because we know that's what our clients like.
Right.
And I think you book the Ritz because you want the Ritz. You want, like, those little tiny extra little things that you're going to get at the Ritz, where like the lotion stations out there, and the tiny the little piece of chocolate on your bed at night,
right?
Like, it's those little super high end touches that make the Ritz the Ritz. And I think there's people that appreciate that and have the expendable income to pay for it.
I was gonna say, if you have the expendable income, then sure, go for it. Why not?
that's what they're marketing to. But
yeah.
I think of a family of 4, and if I'm like looking dollar for dollar and where can I get the best bang for my buck, definitely the Marriott. 100% the Marriott. Now listen, if you're going on a 30th anniversary trip and you and your husband/wife aren't big drinkers and you want a super high-end experience that's like above and beyond, you're going to get that at the Ritz.
Yes.
You will. And you're going to pay for it, but you're going to get it.
Right.
That's the one thing that you can count on at the Ritz Carlton is you're going to pay for it and it's going to deliver.
Yes.
Like, take it to the bank. It's going to be over the top on everything. And I'm not one to pay for that. That's just me right now in my life where we are in our 30s.
Right.
And I love the Ritz-Carlton. And maybe one day I will be like that. Who
yes.
knows? Maybe Penyak Travel will be the biggest travel company in the world one day. You never know,
Yeah.
But where we are right now, we're a humble, growing travel agency. And we try to provide a lot of value for our clients. And I think right now getting the best bang for your buck, you get a lot of bang for your buck at Ritz, but it's not the best bang for your buck.
Yes, I agree. So, but
love your Ritz.
Yeah, we had a great time. But if, just comparing apples to apples, price-wise, then, I'm going to go with, if the quality is the same and I'm not downgrading it, then I'm going to go with what's less expensive. So,
yeah, one thing I noticed, too, at the Marriott, because we did go by there, is I felt like there were a lot more kids at the Marriott.
Yes.
The pool was a lot bigger. There just seemed to be more open spaces just for kids to play where it wasn't so intrusive on adults. And it just felt like a little bit more family-friendly than what you're going to get at the Ritz. And it's literally like you can walk there. It's like half a mile down. But it was cool, like, just to kind of sum up Cancun and the Ritz-Carlton and that area of Cancun, it's a very happening beach.
It is, yeah.
It's a lot of like your high-rise hotels right on the beach. The beach and the water is beautiful. Mm-hmm. White sand. You've got people playing soccer on the beach. You've got people playing volleyball on the beach. You have probably locals hanging out. It's a little bit of everything, but always felt very safe.
Yes.
And it was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful beach to walk on.
Yeah.
It's one of those big-time, long-stretching beaches with beautiful water. And it's a very, like, for people that haven't been to Cancun, very modernized. I mean,
it is,
a lot of development going on, big malls that I would go to. This isn't like your traditional Caribbean destination or Mexican destination where, you might be off in a rural area and, you might not want to go to the mall. You know what I mean, in some areas.
Right. But no, they had all high-end shopping, Louis Vuitton.
Oh, yeah.
That.
I felt like I was in, like, downtown, Charlotte with some of the shops they had. I was like, oh, this is cool.
It's a neat place. I wonder if your flip-flops are still sitting on the beach.
Oh, yeah. We did have a casualty in Cancun. We had one casualty, 2, actually, my left and my right flip-flop.
Yeah.
I wanted to get in the water, and it was like the last day, I think.
Yeah, we were walking back to the Ritz.
Yeah, you dealt
and he's like, oh, I want to go put my feet in the water. I'm like, okay. So he takes off his flip-flops, goes and puts his feet in the water, and then we continue walking, and he left his flip-flops. And I didn't think anything about it. I thought he would have grabbed his flip-flops.
No, I didn't grab my flip-flops.
And he was like, yeah, I'm not walking back down there to get them, because we didn't realize it until we got back to the Ritz. And you're like, oh, crap, where's my flip-flops? And I'm like, you idiot, you left stuff down there.
And I just used for the rest of the trip, I just used the...
He used the slippers.
The slippers.
I mean, that was the last day, but yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. It's all kosher.
Or no, actually, that was the second day.
Yeah, I think I did have one more day.
Yeah, we had one more day. Yeah, so you just used the slippers.
And there were a lot of shops at the Ritz. I was shocked. There was a lot of shops, but I couldn't find like the nicer rainbow-style sandals there.
Yeah.
They had more like bathing suits and things like that. Not a good spot to find like nice high-end sandals. But anyways... thank you guys for listening. We got a shout out here. Shout out. We got another 5-star review. Shout out to our guy Jay Bird. I'm assuming J Bird on Apple Podcasts gave us a 5-star review. Thank you so much, Jay, for the love. We're feeling the love back, and we want to give you a shout out. He says, "Joy to the ears, favorite podcast, always sharing with friends and family." Thank you so much, Jay Bird.
That's great.
Positive vibes right back at you. That's why we do this thing, is to bring you guys as much good value as possible. And maybe a little vacation for your earbuds, especially
everyone needs it right now.
Oh, especially during quarantine. We need it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to sit here and entertain myself.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But if you like the show, please give us a positive review. That really helps, drive more listenership and helps get our message out and what we're trying to do here at Penyak Travel. We're just trying to be a little different. We don't want to be, like your grandparents' travel agent. We're going to be the modern day travel agent. I think doing stuff like this really separates. We try to separate ourselves. So
yes, we do.
Stop with that finger wheel. I'm getting it like once a show now, and I don't like it.
Well,
we don't have anything to do. We are in quarantine.
I know, but you still ramble.
Well, there's nothing else to do but ramble.
Yes. So what's the question of the day? You said you had one.
Question of the day. Oh, yeah.
Travel question of the day.
Question of the day. This coffee we had, I know it says half calf. I beg to differ.
Oh, it's the Folgers half calf.
Anyways, okay, question of the day. You have one pool drink you can have for the whole trip. So you're going for 5 nights. You get one pool drink. One drink. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh, to have the whole trip?
Yep, you can't stray from it. You have water and stuff, but like I'm talking like one alcoholic beverage.
Yeah.
One like adult beverage for the whole trip. Think about breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I mean, we don't drink during breakfast.
Well, besides that, I get a mimosa on vacation.
Yeah, sometimes we do. Yeah.
I would have to say it's going to be rum and diet.
Wow. Okay, that's a nice balance. Okay,
because I always get some sort of frozen drink, but I can't drink those the entire trip. It just makes me too full.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, like I love my dirty bananas.
Yeah, I was gonna say dirty bananas, pina coladas. I love those.
Dinner, you can't drink that stuff with dinner.
Yeah, no. Oh gosh, no.
You can't do it. Yeah, I don't. Mine would probably be if I could only stick with one for the entire trip.
And I prefer Jamaican rum and diet. Just pointing that out there.
Appleton.
Yes.
Appleton signature blend. I know you like. I know you so well.
Yeah.
But I know the exact blend.
Yes, I like the Appleton signature blend.
We've been married a little while. All right, let me think here. I
was gonna say you're taking too long. Citron and soda with a lime.
I wasn't gonna say Citron. I was gonna say I want vodka soda with a lime, but maybe not Citron and soda. I would say definitely more like a Tito's or something that goes well with a lot of different meals. Citron can be like extra limey.
Yeah.
By the way, know before you go travel, hack. If you want something low sugar, still has a little bit of flavor that you can kind of sip on all day, that's not going to make you feel bloated, is get a Citron and soda with a lime from the Pool Bar.
Yes.
It's a great, it's a slightly lime flavored vodka with soda and get a real lime, have it squeezed in there. Money. Take it to the bank. It's delicious.
Sounds good.
Anyways. Is that a show?
I think that's a show.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening. If you made it this long, 32 minutes, and half of it is me rambling, as Janet would say. But seriously, we love you guys. Thank you for the support. We hope you and your family are all safe out there and in this crazy times that we're living in. And hopefully here we're going to have a couple more podcasts to pump out. But before you know it, we might be back to at least some normalcy. It'd be nice.
I certainly hope so.
Well, stay safe. We love you guys. We'll see you next time.